graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I missed putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on barrel. Get out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Happy Monday, everybody. What's good? Hopefully y'all are doing well. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Can I get a mic check? 1, 2, 3 down below. Let me know if y'all can hear me. All right, we are up and we are ready to go. Actually, you know what? I ain't gonna rock with the hat backwards today. Hold up. It's a forwards type of a day. It just is. I need to put that cap forwards. All right. Yeah, it's been since Friday since we talked about this basketball team. And you know what? I needed a little break, man. I needed a little break. I needed to separate myself, and I needed to just get away from the toxicity that this team is bringing so far. Now, it's a Monday. Okay. It's a Monday, and we have to go out there and get a W today. That's the bottom line. The 2-8 record, the 2-10 record, it stinks. But you know what? They're not losing this game. They're not losing this game. Let me tell you why. They're not losing this game because Jared McCain is going to go out there and ball. And also, not only that, but Paul George is going to step up tonight. And Joel Embiid is going to play better. I think that this is going to be a revenge game for the both of them. And I actually am going to play the optimistic approach tonight. I think that they end the losing streak, and I think that they get the win. I really do. I honestly, man, like I just got done playing some basketball and from helping out. So I'm sort of in a different mindset right now, probably compared to other people when it comes to this team. And yes, I'm not happy with the record. I'm not happy with the start that they've had so far. But you know what? I'm tired of losing, and I'm tired of the toxicity, and I'm ready to be positive. All right? I'm ready to be positive. I really feel like that we're going to have a nice game from McCain. We're going to have a nice Joel Embiid game as well. What do I mean by nice? I'm going to go with 25 points, 13 rebounds, and 6 assists. If I get that line, I'm fine with Joel Embiid. And then I think that we're going to get a 28-point performance out of Paul George. I think he's going to have one of his hot shooting nights. I hope that he attacks the rim. That's the only thing I'm hoping for. The main thing that we have to do against this Heat team is we have to play really good defense on the perimeter. And offensively, we got to be able to beat a zone. So for so many years, the Sixers have struggled with that. Nick Nurse in the past has had a lot of success against the zone. But I really think that we have to play very, very well, running our offenses, getting everybody involved. I don't want to see a lot of Kyle Lowry out there. Don't know if that's realistic or not, but I really feel like that we're going to come out and win this game, and I think Nick Nurse is going to have his best game this season. I just do. I have that optimism today. I don't know. I'm feeling. I'm just trying to change the mentality, man. I really am. I'm trying to change the mentality, and I'm really just trying my very, very best to feel like that we are going to win this game. And I honestly do believe that we are going to win this game. I do. It's taken a lot for me to say that right now, but I truly, like, deep down in my soul, gun pointed at JJ's head, they're going to win. They're not losing. They're not losing tonight's game. So, what's up, everybody? What's up? Asia's here. What's up, Stoney? What's up, Scott? What's up, everybody? Thank you all so much for being on here. It really, really means a lot to me. How's everybody doing tonight? Where are you tuning in from? Let us know down below. If you are new to my channel, first and foremost, thank you all so much for coming on in. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ, as you saw in my intro. If you did not see it, I do Sixers, I do Eagles, and I do Phillies baseball. I do play-by-play for all three of those teams, and I do it like a traditional radio play-by-play style where I try to get you guys involved in the color commentary. The one thing, and I'm getting a little bit distracted here, the one thing I have to make sure that I note is I have to try to find a green screen. And they're pretty cheap, so I'm going to have to try to do that because I don't like how glitchy this is, and it's not as professional. And so I need to put that in my notes, and I will make sure that I remember that. I'm going to write that down right now. Go get, ow. Oh, I just stabbed myself by accident. We won't use that one. Go get JJ. Get JJ. Or sorry, go get yourself. Why am I talking about myself in the third person? A green screen. That's on my to-do list. Got it. Okay. Simple fix. Good stuff. All right, let's go to our live stream screen, shall we? Shall we go to our live stream screen? There we go. All right, so we got the Flyers score up. We got the Dallas-Houston score up once that gets underway, too. And then the NBA tickers as well as the NHL tickers as well. All right, what are your final score predictions? Make sure that you comment those down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say in regards to your final score predictions. And also, let me ask you this. So are the Sixers going to go out there and dominate tonight? Yes or no? Make sure that you comment that down below because I want to hear your thoughts about that. I think that we're going to have a really nice game from Embiid. I actually really do believe that Joel is going to go out there and he's going to dominate. He hasn't really looked so good in his first two outings, but usually by like the third game, whenever he comes back from an injury, he starts to sort of turn it around. And I expect him to do that today. He had enough rest. I know that he had an illness, and he was listed as questionable coming into tonight's game. But if we can try to get him involved in the offense, I think that we can do a really, really good job. Just have to take a fast sip of water. That's a lot better. That's a lot better, man. All right, we got 90 people on here watching. We got a very, very quiet chat on here. What's going on? How's everybody? Yeah, so let's go into the starting lineups for tonight's ball game. All right, here we go. For the Sixers, they will have Jared McCain. They will have Paul George, Kyle Lowry, Joel Embiid, and Kelly Oubre Jr., I believe. Let's double check that part. I actually thought that I had it up, and I did not. So that is a shame on me. So it's I'm sorry. It's Joel Embiid, it's Jared McCain, it's Kyle Lowry, then it's Caleb Martin, and then it's Paul George. So Caleb Martin going up against his former ball club, and that is the Miami Heat. The Heat are 5-7 on the season. They have a 1-3 record at home. They play at the Kaseya Center in Miami, and they ended up losing last night's game by a score of 119-110. And the Sixers are hoping to win this game tonight. It's the second game of a back-to-back for the Heat. Their starting lineup, it'll be Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, Duncan Robinson, Haywood Highsmith, and Bam Adebayo. Butler missed a little bit of time, and he is back out there for the Miami Heat. All right, so again, for the Sixers, it's Lowry, it's McCain, it's George, it's Martin, and Embiid. And for the Heat, you got Hero, Butler, Robinson, Highsmith, and Adebayo as well. Sixers coming into tonight. The money line for them is at plus 115 according to ESPN Bet. The spread for them is at plus 2.5, and the over-under is set at 212.5. So, all right. Again, final score predictions. Make sure that you comment them down below. Being optimistic, says my dad. What's up, Dad? 102-99. Philadelphia. 98-87. Sixers. I like that. I like your way of thinking. That's really cool. Wrong sound effect, but that's all right. All right. So Caleb Martin had a nice little standing ovation as he returned to the Kaseya Center tonight to face his former team, the Miami Heat. And that was really, really nice to be able to see him give a little salute to the Miami faithful out there. Now, this is a guy who really did quite a good job in this Heat system. He's now 29 years old, but he played with the Heat from 2021 to 2024 and was able to average over 38% from three during his 3 years, and also average about 9.7 points per game and about 4.3 rebounds. There's Jimmy Butler wearing his white bandana, white headband, and he also has red hair as well. Sixers will have Embiid going up against Bam Adebayo. Adebayo also wearing a white headband. Sixers in their white and blue uniforms. The Heat are in their red tops, red bottoms with the white letters and numbers on both the front and the back. Tip-off underway, and Bam Adebayo wins the tip-off against Joel Embiid. Those are two 7-footers going at it against each other. And Jimmy Butler has the ball on the block. Robinson catches, shoots, puts up a tray. No good. Caleb Martin, rebound over Bam Adebayo. So Martin already doing some damage against his former team by getting the first rebound of the ball game. George catches, puts up a three, and Joel Embiid gets the assist. Paul George from the top of the key. 3-0 Philadelphia. All right, so we got to refresh this, and we are all set and all good to go. 11:13 left to go in the first quarter. Adebayo runner, it's up, and that one is in. So that makes it 3-2. Excuse me, that was Jimmy Butler that ended up making the bucket there. He's looking away. Embiid will hand it off over to Paul George, who goes down the lane. He'll take it over to the foul line and put up a jumper. That's no good. Sixers have George, Martin, Embiid, Lowry, and McCain out there. And for the Heat, it's Robinson, Haywood Highsmith, a former 76er. Jimmy Butler, of course, a former 76er as well. Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero. Here's Butler again with another shot. He puts that one up, and he puts it in. So Butler already with 4 points in his return from being injured. Last time that he ended up playing was on Friday the 8th of November. 3-point shot goes up. That's no good by the Sixers. Hero gets the rebound, outlet over towards the far side. Butler gets it over at the top of the key. Now back over to Hero for a three-pointer, and that goes in and out. Too strong of a finish. And Embiid able to clean up the glass. Sixers down by 1 so far. George gets the lob inside from Kyle Lowry. And George steps back off the dribble. Fade away two. Connects. PG with 5. And he says, I'm going to one-up you, Jimmy Butler. So we've played about 2:15 in this first quarter. Adebayo in traffic, kicks it out to Haywood Highsmith, and a turnover as Highsmith could not handle it over in the far corner, and it goes out of bounds. Butler now 35 years old. Of course, he was drafted by the Chicago Bulls back in 2011. This season, he's averaging 16.1 points per game, 4.8 rebounds, and 4.9 assists as well. We do have a foul called on the floor, and my guess is that it's going to go on Bam Adebayo, who was guarding Joel Embiid. So 5-4 Sixers. They're up by 1. George with 5 points for the Sixers. All 5, that is. And Butler with all 4 points for the Heat. McCain is going to inbound it over from the far sideline. Jared McCain has had a lot of success over his last 4 games, reaching at least 23 points in each of those 4 contests, and has been shooting the lights out from 3. He's made at least 3 threes in his last 5 games. There goes a layup by Joel Embiid. He puts it up, and he puts it in. 7-4, and the Sixers able to get somebody else going in the action. Hero wants to dance over Kyle Lowry. Lob pass inside. The ball gets battered around, and the three-point shot is up, and bang, we have a tie game. 7-7. A nice shot by Haywood Highsmith thanks to the offensive rebound by Duncan Robinson. McCain, Trey, no good. And Adebayo covers the ground. So we've played we're at the 8:40 mark here in the first quarter. It's 7-7 so far. Smith gives it back over to Duncan Robinson over on the far wing, gets some space, pulls up from 3-point range, and can't knock that one down. Caleb Martin climbs the ladder, is able to get the glass. Dribble handoff to Embiid over to the top of the key, and another dribble handoff over to McCain, but McCain lost it. Duncan Robinson gets the steal, and he's going to solo it himself. He'll just lay it up and in, and just like that, the Miami Heat are on a little run themselves. A 5-0 run, if you will, with 8:03 left to go in the first quarter. Embiid on the block, wants to take on Bam Adebayo. Can he do so? Embiid goes up with a left-handed hook shot. It's up and in! Joel Embiid with the last 4 points for the Sixers. First it was PG with the first 5, and Embiid has answered back with the next 4. Embiid tries to take a step over Tower Hero. Hero's shot is up, no good. Hero gets a second chance, goes up for a 3-point shot, and McCain says, I've had enough. First shot was a layup by Tower Hero. He actually beat Joel Embiid to the cup and just could not finish with the soft touch. McCain throws it away. Embiid could not haul it in. Butler gets the steal, and he'll solo jam it in there for 2. And it's now 11-9 Miami. We've played just about less than 5 minutes in this first quarter so far. And Nick Nurse will call for time at the 7:12 mark here in the first quarter. Sixers got off to a little bit of a good they got off to a fine start by giving Paul George the ball, and then they've sort of lost the momentum on 2 bad turnovers, one by Joel Embiid and the other one by Jared McCain. They call for time, and they'll be back in just a few moments. That's good. I gotta refill that water. What's up? What's up, Grace? Grace is here. What's going on? William's also here. How you all doing, man? Comment down below how everybody is doing. Katie's also here. We got a nice crowd tonight. I like that. I like that very, very much. If you are tuning in for the very, very first time, the name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. I appreciate each and every one of you for being over here. Lisa Salters provides the latest on AT&T's roof situation. What the heck is going on with their roof in Dallas? I don't know. Somebody could let me know down below. I would appreciate that. We got 22 people on here watching. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit those bell icons too, and that way you'll know when we go live. Yeah, man. If you are also tuning in on any of the social media platforms like Facebook, X, if we're still streaming on there, I don't think we are because now you have to pay for it. I just thought about that. Twitch and any other platforms that are out there. Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and that's it. That's it, right? Yeah. If you are tuning in on those other platforms, though, make sure that you hit the follow button down below. I appreciate you for coming on here. If you can come on over to YouTube, that'd be awesome. If you can't, though, totally understand. Again, it's Play-by-Play with JJ. I need to know what your final score predictions are. Please comment them down below. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Also, if for those of you that are watching the game, does it look like Joel Embiid lost weight? Because for some reason, to me, it does. It does. I'd like to get your thoughts about that. Let me know down below. JJ, you're the best, says William. Stoney says, I'm doing good. William, no, you're the best, man. You are. You guys, I am nothing without you guys. And I mean that. You know, I love putting in the work, but you guys are the ones that keep making me come back. So, I appreciate that. From the bottom of my heart. All right, that means that we're getting ready to come back into the swing of things, man. Yeah, he has been looking thinner, says Grace. Yeah, I think that he's lost weight, man. I do. He looks good. He definitely, he looks good, man. All right, so the Sixers will have to inbound it. Lowry has to get it off, and Lowry is not going to be able to do so unless they called another timeout. They did. They called a second timeout. You usually don't see that. They literally called a second timeout because they couldn't get the ball in, and they wanted to avoid the 5-second violation. So we have another timeout called on the floor, and the Sixers will be right back in just a few moments. I don't like that rule, man. I think that you should be able to see. Here's my thoughts about it. Okay, so you call a timeout when there's a field goal that's being made, and you're down in the game, or like you're down in the game, like you have a timeout left. You're kicking the field goal. The other team has the timeout left, and then they use it when they kick the field goal. But to do that twice. Nah, I don't like that. And I think that the same should apply for basketball too. So, I don't like that. How do we feel about the 2 timeouts, though? Did we ever like them or not? Let me know down below how we feel. Memberships. Yes, members. They get exclusive perks, including special in-game emojis for each of the play-by-plays that we do. If you guys want to become members, all you got to do is say the magic words, and that is, JJ, I want to become a member. And you know what I'm going to tell you? You can. It's $2.99 a month, and you can find it right over here. I'm going to post the link right now. It's $2.99 a month, and again, it's really worth it. I think that we have some awesome emojis over here. And yeah, man. So that would be great. What else? Grace says sucks. Yeah, the 2 timeouts. I don't like that rule. I think that we should get rid of that. I really do. Grace is on top of everything. She is posting all the emojis right there. It's great. It's really, really awesome. 11-9 Heat. As the Sixers are down by 2, the Sixers were forced to burn 2 timeouts. One was because Miami was on a little run. And then the other one was after they were trying to inbound the basketball. They just could not get anybody open, and they wanted to avoid the 5-second violation, and they burned a timeout instead. Like and subscribe. It's free, so you can do that too. Exactly. I give you this content for free. So, you know, if you guys want to give back, you're most certainly welcome to do so. You're also more than welcome to donate as well to the channel. Here's Tyrese Maxey. He's over on the bench. He's averaging about 27.6 points per game. And also 3 rebounds and 3.9 assists per game as well. McCain will get the inbound. It's still the Sixers starting lineup. Lowry catches, shoots, puts up a tray. That's way off the mark. Lowry, the former Heat member, just not able to cash that one in. Ball gets tipped by Lowry, goes to the bounds. The intended receiver was supposed to be Tyler Hero over on the near corner. And it'll still be Miami ball. It's 11-9. Sixers played against the Heat last year in the play-in tournament. They were able to win that game. They called it the Nico Batum game. That was Nico's best game as a Philadelphia 76er. Adebayo hands it off over to Haywood Highsmith, the former Blue Coat, and he turns it over as Embiid is able to get the steal. George on the outlet pass, all the way over to Oubre. One more to Martin. Martin pump fakes. Thought about taking the 3. Takes it over towards the inside. Spins, turns, kicks it out to Oubre. Wide open tray. Off the mark. Over from the far wing. Sixers not doing a good job shooting the 3 ball so far in this ball game. Just 1 3 by Paul George. Adebayo, runner, no good. And Embiid comes away with his miss. So Joel now with 2 rebounds in this game so far, 4 points and 1 assist as well. Sixers looking to try to tie the game here. Embiid gets double-teamed. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Embiid needs help. What's he going to do? He throws it over to Martin. Martin goes into the lane, goes up with a layup. That was a tough shot, and he made it look so easy. And we're back at a deuce. 11-11 is the score. Sixers have only scored 6 points in the paint so far, and the Heat have scored 8. So that makes it 5:45 left to go in the opening quarter. Robinson has daylight, tries to find Jimmy Butler cutting towards the rim, and Embiid able to block the passing lane, get the steal. Lowry out in transition over to Martin, over on the near wing. Martin has to decide what he's going to do. He'll take it right over towards the baseline, and he'll scoop it up in him with the left hand. So Paul George scored the first 5 points, then Joel Embiid scored the next 4, and all of a sudden, Caleb Martin, he's now carrying the load, and he has scored the last 4 for the Sixers. Adebayo, alley-oop jam from Jimmy Butler, it's up and in. Embiid trying to respond on the other side, gives it up to George. George goes down the lane, left-handed hook shot is up, and that one's in. We got a $2 dono from Grace as well. Thank you so much, Grace. Appreciate that, man. All right, 15-13. Heat tie it on a Tyler Hero deuce. It was a step-back jumper over from the near wing. George gets it from Joel Embiid. A little screen comes. George thinks about taking it to Embiid, but decides to take a foul line jumper instead, and it's way off the mark. Robinson bounces it to Adebayo, and Adebayo with a behind-the-back dribble move puts it up and in over Joel Embiid. Embiid is not looking so good on the defensive side so far. Not saying that it's easy to stop a guy like Bam Adebayo who has 6 rebounds, but just saying that you got to do a better job on the defensive end. Adebayo puts up a 3-point shot. That's up, and it trickles out. Oubre able to snag the rebound. And Embiid wants to have the ball. He'll try to back up Bam Adebayo now. We'll swing it over to Oubre. Oubre to Martin. Martin, one more to George. Far corner, 3-pointer. In and out it goes. And Hero able to haul it in. Outlet pass downhill to Adebayo, who catches it, puts it up. And Butler able to put it up and in. And one. So that makes it now 19-15. Jimmy Butler has 10 points and 2 rebounds so far in this ball game. How about that pass from Tyler Hero? A full court pass. Was able to find Jimmy Butler cherry picking on the other side. And Butler able to make a nice catch. Caleb Martin was sort of the safety on that play and just could not deflect it. Butler this season averaging 16.1 points per game and 4.8 rebounds, also 4.9 assists as well. Was with the Sixers back in the 2018-19 season, and the foul shot is up, and that is in. Butler, in his last 10 games against the Sixers, has averaged 25.2 points per game, 6.1 rebounds, and 5.8 assists as well. He on a 7-0 run. There's Doughton Jr. to Oubre. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Oubre tries to take it with the left hand, puts up a shot, goes up with it, and he can't get it to go. A lot of contact, but the whistles remain silent. Highsmith and Hero play catch. Highsmith outside to Kevin Love, who comes back in for the Miami Heat. 3-point shot, too short. Caleb Martin grabs his miss. Martin trying to go coast to coast, loses his balance, goes up with a shot, and the Sixers cannot buy a bucket. George intercepts it. Bad pass from Kevin Love. George to Martin for 3 on the near wing. Got it! 20-18, and the Sixers now down by 2. 2:53 left to go, and a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra and the Miami Heat as they want to talk things over. Good job by Caleb Martin so far, making an impact. 7 points and 3 rebounds. He's had a hot hand so far in this ball game. So Martin, George, and Embiid have been the main scorers so far for the Sixers. And McCain already went over to the bench. I'm surprised that they took out McCain, they took out Embiid, they took out Lowry, and they took out oh no, that's it. Those are the 3 substitutions that were made. All right. That's good. Caleb Martin revenge game. How about that? Jimmy's still feeling some type of way about Kelly. You mean Tobias Harris? Or Josh Harris? Dude, you know what I never realized? I never realized that our owner and Tobias Harris have the same last name. Which is also, fun fact, technically my middle name. Learn something new every day, right? We got 30 people on here watching that. I wonder how many of y'all will actually remember that. Man. So yeah. I've told you guys that I've had this new workout routine. I've had this new morning routine overall, and I'd follow up with you about it. I got to tell you, it's been really, really awesome. It really, really has been helping me, having somebody hold me accountable and, just be on me about those types of things. And I've noticed that I've been dropping some weight, and I'm really feeling better about my confidence too. And overall, it's been going so great. 20-18 is the score. Out of the timeout, the Heat are able to give it up to Duncan Robinson, and Robinson will take it with the left hand, go down the left or the right sideline, goes up with a shot. He's fouled by a PG, and he'll head on over to the line. Remember when we were in the play-in and Jimmy Butler got hurt and he blamed Kelly Oubre? Oh, yeah, now I kind of remember that. Yeah, I kind of remember. I remember more of the Nico Batum game, but yeah, I wanted to sort of wash that away from my memory. But I do remember that now. Greg's here. What's up, Greg? How you doing? There's Duncan Robinson out there for the Miami Heat, a Division III athlete. The only Division III athlete who has made it to the NBA. First foul shot, good. Second foul shot, off the mark. And Drummond able to grab the board. Andre Drummond has been a rebound eater. McCain catches, lets it fly for three. Tie game! 21-21 with 2:21 left to go. In the first quarter, Duncan Robinson back outside to Kevin Love. What's he going to do? He pump fakes. McCain almost got him to pump fake on him, and that would have been a foul on the rookie. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Duncan Robinson has it now. He's being guarded by Andre Drummond, and Drummond tips the shot from three-point range, and Kelly Oubre comes up with a steal. Oubre to George. George back to Oubre. Downhill is Andre Drummond. Baby hook shot is up, and it's good. A turnaround baby hook by Andre Drummond with the left hand, and the Sixers leapfrog the Heat. Nice job. 23-21. Sixers with 12 points in the paint. The Heat with 16 so far. Back and forth we go. Left-handed layup is up, and that's good by Pell Larson. And Josh Richardson, guy who was traded to the Sixers in that sign-in trade for Jimmy Butler once upon a time, gets the points for the Miami Heat. Here's Paul George going into the lane. He puts that one up, and he puts it in, and one. Pell Larson gets called for the shooting foul. And George will go to the line for one more. The Sixers will get their first free throw of the ball game. And all this started because of Jared McCain's three-pointer that he knocked down. He was wide open, and when our team is going to realize that he's a very good three-point shooter, I don't know, but you know what? We'll take that any day of the week. Here's George with the foul shot. That's up.
Excellent.
And it goes down the drain. George gets the steal off of the bad play by Pat Larson, and he goes up with a shot, and he's fouled again. So Paul George, one of the criticisms about his game is that he has not been assertive, and he hasn't been taking it to the hoop. And over the last 2 drives, he's been really aggressive, even out in transition. And did a good job of just fighting through contact and trying to get through the trees downhill. George, first foul shot is up. Foul line left. It's good. And Paul George already with 10 points. He's 4 for 7 from the field and 1 for 2 from 3, averaging 16.5 points per game this season for the Sixers, along with 5.5 rebounds. I believe 5.2 assists as well. Second foul shot. That's up and in.
Excellent.
28-23, Philadelphia up by 5. They're on a little run themselves. 1:05 left to go in the first quarter. Highsmith to Hero. It's stolen, though, by Jared McCain. McCain off to the races. Back down low to Andre Drummond. He puts it up, and he lays it in. And the Sixers continue their run, and the Heat can't stop the bleeding. McCain with the apple. 3 points, 1 assist, and 1 rebound for him. Richardson goes down the lane, parts the Red Sea, puts up a layup, and he's fouled by Paul George. He'll go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Scratch that. It's going to be on Jeff Doughton Jr., who gets called for the shooting foul. I mean, that was just I got to tell you, Jared McCain as a point guard is fun to watch. I mean, I thought that even like when he came into the league that he was going to be sort of like a shooting guard, but he's been making plays for everybody while getting his as well. First foul shot, that's up and in. So 30-24, Philadelphia leads it by 6. Josh Richardson only averaging 4 points per game this season, 1.7 rebounds, and 1.6 assists as well per game. And he knocks down the second free throw. Eric Gordon's going to sub on in for Paul George. Here's Jared McCain over on the outside. McCain, Doughton, Gordon, Oubre, and Drummond. Very small line for the Sixers. McCain catches, lets it fly. Three-pointer, bang! Jared McCain with the second three-pointer in the last minute and a half in this first quarter. 33-25. A layup goes up, and that's good by Haywood Highsmith. The Sixers' run has been absolutely awesome to watch. I mean, this team has been really putting on a clinic. It was 20-15 Miami with 3:05 left to go. And ever since then, the Sixers have gone on an 18-5 run. Sixers get the ball stolen by the Heat. Hero's three-pointer, no good. The ball gets tipped, and it's out of bounds. I think it was last touched by Jared McCain, and he's trying to plead this case over towards the ref and say that Kevin Love touched it last. That'll just put 4.8 seconds left on the game clock in the first quarter. Duncan Robinson will come back in for Haywood Highsmith, and he'll go take a seat right now. Again, the Heat are coming off of a loss against the Indiana Pacers. They ended up losing last night's game by a final score of 119-110. They played the Pacers the game before that and were able to win 124-111. But in last night's game against the Pacers, Hero had 28 points. He shot 8 for 18 from the field, but Miles Turner was too much for them to handle. 34 for him in that game. Here's Hero, three-point shot, way off the mark. Drummond cleans the glass. Three-quarters court shot is up, and that's no good. But a good rebound by Drummond, and that's going to do it. So the Sixers end the first quarter on an 18-5 scoring run, all started once again by the rookie Jared McCain. And we go into quarter number 2. The Sixers lead it by 8 points out at the Kaseya Center in Miami. Nice. Wow, what a finish there, man. And by the way, too, Paul George, I think that was his best quarter that he's had as a Sixer so far. He played really well there. He did. He took over in that first quarter, scored the first 5 points, and then was able to just make plays for other people, played some really solid defense as well, and led the way for the Sixers in the scoring department. So you just got to keep it up, though. You got to keep it up throughout the rest of the game. But first quarter, I like what I'm seeing so far. You just know that Miami's going to make their adjustments, and you have to be able to counter that. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Again, final score predictions, make sure that you comment them down below. Yeah, man. It's 8:10 p.m. Eastern time. How are the Flyers doing? Flyers are tied. They're scoreless so far. It's almost time for Houston and Dallas to face each other. The Cowboys are hosting C.J. Stroud and the Texans. That should be a fun game to watch. Should be a lot of fun. Anybody watch the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight on Netflix? I've heard a lot of bad things about it. But anybody watch it? How was your viewing experience? Just out of curiosity. I did not get to watch it. I didn't even watch it afterwards. After the Sixers game was done. Oh, good. The game just started, says Backup Save Gaming. Well, we're going into the second quarter. Yeah, it's in the second quarter, man. What's going on, man? Let's go Texans, says William. Yes, sir. Let's go Texans. Anybody watch the fight on Friday between Tyson and Jake Paul? I don't waste my time on that fight, says Grace. Yeah, I think that, again, I need to, I heard so many bad things about it. I didn't get to watch it for myself, but it sounds like that it didn't turn out so good. I watched it. I think it sucked. Tyson lost, and I think it was rigged as Stoney. McCain goes into the lane. And he'll put it up with the left hand, and he scoops it up and scoops it in. And Jared McCain now with 8 points. That's his third bucket of the ball game. He is now 3 for 4 from the field. J-Rep says, nope, I forgot. 35-25. Sixers up by 10. Rebound off the bad shot by Josh Richardson, who missed a 20-foot jumper. Andre Drummond able to grab the rebound. That's his third of the game. McCain, step back, pull up, foul line jumper, connects. The Jared McCain show, that's what he's doing out in Florida. He's putting on a clinic so far. 10 points for the kid. And a bad pass as Kelly Oubre comes down with the steal. He'll go up with a reverse layup, and that's up, and that's in, and the Heat are going to call for time. Already within the blink of an eye, the Sixers on a 6-0 run to start off quarter number 2, and now extend their run to 24-5. Unbelievable. A 24-5 run, man. Over like the last 7 minutes. That is crazy. That is crazy. Backup Save Gaming says, yeah, it was okay. The one girl got cheated. Oh yeah, I heard that there were that there was another fight going on too as that was going on, and I heard that fight was good. From what I've heard from people on the radio, on Sports Talk Radio, and from around the sports world. Tyson only threw 97 punches. Oof. Man, that's crazy. All right, let's take a look at the out-of-town scores. So we got the Bulls winning by 8 against the Detroit Pistons at halftime. The Washington Wizards are down by 21 in New York against the Knicks with 9:17 left to go in the second quarter. There's 9:47 left in the second quarter of the Pacers-Raptors game, and the Pacers currently trail by 3. The Bucks are down 6-0. It's a 6-0 run to start off the first quarter for the Houston Rockets. They're playing out at the Pfizer V Forum in Milwaukee. Orlando is going to be in Phoenix tonight at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. The Hawks will be playing out in Sacramento at 10 o'clock, and at 10:30, Golden State will be taking on the Clippers out at the Intuit Dome in Los Angeles, California. Those are all the NBA games going on. We also have Houston and Dallas going on tonight in the NFL. That's the Monday Night Football game. Should be a good one. The Battle of the Texas States. In the hockey world, well, the Flyers and the Avalanche are scoreless after the first period. The Blue Jackets lead at 3-0 against the Boston Bruins, who are 8-3 on the season so far. James Van Riemsdyk, former Philadelphia Flyer, able to get his third goal of the season. Oilers and Canadians are scoreless in the first quarter. In the first period. 5:48 left to be played in that period. The Anaheim Ducks got a 1-0 lead thanks to the fourth goal of the season from Zellweger. And they're up 1-0 in Dallas. The Capitals take on the Utah Hockey Club at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. And then at 10:30, it'll be Detroit in San Jose. The Sharks this year are 5-10-4. Red Wings have a 7-9-1 record. Grace wants to know when I'm coming to Vegas. Dude, I would love to come to Vegas. It's just so expensive. Duncan Robinson goes down the lane, puts up a shot, and that is good. 39-27. Sixers down, they're up by 12. I'm sorry. I got a little bit mixed up there. McCain so far 10 points for him. Here's Eric Gordon, who catches, pulls up from 3, and he got it. 42-27. It's been raining threes for Philadelphia so far in the second quarter and even in the first quarter. They're now on a 9-2 run here in the second quarter so far. We have a turnover called on adebayo for an illegal screen, and he sets an offensive foul, and the Sixers will get the ball back with 10:14 left to go in quarter number 2. Don't forget to hit the like button. Yes, sir. Hit that thumbs up button, man. I would love to come to Vegas, though. Doughton Jr. goes down the lane, pulls up with the left hand, and he lays it up and in. 44-27, and the Sixers now on an 11-2 run in this second quarter. It's been all Sixers. They've been taking over this game. Oubre strips it from Tower Hero. They try to play keep away. Bam Adebayo will get it back, and we have a whistle called, and that's going to be against the Sixers. It'll be on Jeff Doughton Jr. This is the first of 4 games that the Sixers will be playing against the Miami Heat. Next time that they play will be in February. It'll be on the 5th of next year in 2025. Hard to believe that year's coming up, man. Where did the time go? And they play back in Philadelphia on March 29th as well. And then they play on April 7th towards the end of the season. Butler comes back in for the Heat. 3-point shot goes up, and that's no good by Tower Hero. Oubre, rebound. Oubre, top of the key from a nice pass from Jared McCain. McCain gets it back from Jeff Doughton Jr. behind the back dribble. Moves. McCain goes up with the left hand. Layup is up, and that's good. Too easy for Jared McCain. Man, he's been unstoppable. Drummond tries to strip it away from Larson, and he gets fouled instead. Let me know. I'll take you to lunches, Grace. Grace, you're the best. I would love to meet up with people, man. I really would. That'd be so cool. Ugh, man. So Jared McCain, obviously a rookie for the Sixers, is taken as the 16th overall pick at Duke. Somebody just tweeted out, this guy's like Steph Curry. I mean, his range is really good, but I don't even know if I think he's just Jared McCain, man. 46-27, and the Sixers lead it by 19 points in the second quarter so far. There's Pelle Larson with the face mask on. First foul shot was good. Second foul shot, that's pretty good, too. McCain, 20 years old, 6 feet 3 inches tall, 195 pounds. Oubre will give it over to Eric Gordon. A wide open 3-pointer's up, and it's a little bit too strong for him. Board goes to Miami. Less than 9 minutes remaining in the second quarter, and we have a shot that goes up and in by Larson. He made it look so easy, and he's been taken over and has had a much better a quarter so far. All right, so we have a whistle called against the Sixers, and that's going to be a travel, I believe, on Jared McCain. He'd have scored 50. They've scored half of their points, half of their total points on turnovers so far. Pretty crazy. Runner goes up by Butler. That's way too strong and also a little bit wide. Oubre rebound, trying to go coast to coast. Lays it up and lays it in. And it's now 48-30. Sixers lead increases to 18. 8:10 left to go in the second quarter. Adebayo from one corner to another one. 3-point shot goes up. No. And McCain gets the rebound. However, they call a foul on him. It will be a loose ball foul. Looked like McCain tried to hold Bam Adebayo, according to the referees. That's why the Heat are going to get it back. Inbound pass goes to Adebayo. Here's Jovic back to a wide-open three-point shot that's up and in by number 12 for the Miami Heat to make it now 48-33. And obviously that shot was by Drew Smith. 7:40 left to go in the second quarter. Another turnover by the Sixers on a bad pass by Eric Gordon. Burks goes up for a three on the far corner. No good. And a rebound by Jeff Doughton Jr. He goes back out to Jared McCain. Oubre, wide open three-pointer. It rims in and out. And Jovic able to grab his miss. Sixers 5 for 13 from three-point range. Adebayo gets the ball blocked by Andre Drummond and stolen by Eric Gordon. Gordon downhill against Adebayo, puts it up, can't put it in. He wanted a foul call. He should have gotten a foul call there, but the Sixers got to get back on defense. Butler back into Drew Smith, and Smith missed a bunny, and Butler gets fouled by Andre Drummond on the shooting foul. Wow. We have 6:57 left remaining in this second quarter. Sixers lead it by 15 points, but they've been a little bit sloppy over the last couple of minutes. And Andre Drummond's block over Jimmy Butler was really impressive for him to just stay on him. He's been playing really good defense on both sides, meaning rebounding. And he'll get subbed out. So will Kelly Oubre Jr. Joel Embiid will come on in for Drum. So they called it a foul on the floor, not in the act of shooting. So ESPN was wrong about that. Bam will hand it off to Butler. Butler can certainly ISO, and that's what he's going to do. He'll take it over to the foul line, zips it out. Wide open three-pointer is up by Burks, and he puts it up and in. Al Burks, the former New York Knick, also spent some time last year on the Detroit Pistons. Also played at with the Sixers at one point too. Able to knock down a 22-foot jumper. Here's Doughton, who gets it over on the left wing. Jeff gets blitzed, throws it to Embiid. Embiid with a dribble handoff to Gordon, gets wide open space, three-point shots up, and it's too strong. Well, he had the look, just could not execute. The veteran who's been a very good three-point shooter throughout his career. And you're going to get a lot of wide open looks when Joel Embiid is on. Butler looks to pass, finds a runner in the lane, and that goes up and in by Drew Smith, and the lead diminishes to 10 with 6:04 left to go in the second quarter. Heat are already in the bonus as well. So we have a timeout called by Philadelphia, 6:08 left to go in the first quarter. I will be right back in just a few moments. Do not go anywhere. I'm going to get some more water. Philadelphia up by 10 points. They were on a 24-5 run from the 3-minute mark back in the first quarter all the way to about the 8-minute mark in this second quarter. But the Heat have sort of gained control just a little bit, or have gotten some momentum back, I should say. It took them a while for them to put some points on the board, and the Sixers lead it by 10 points. Here comes McCain, who gets the ball over at the top of the key. 11-2 run by the Heat over the last 3.5 minutes. Embiid gets it over at the foul line, puts up a foul line jumper. Swish for Joel. And Embiid able to knock it down from the free throw line and nail it from the nail. Love back outside finds Drew Smith, who has 5 points in this game so far. There's a three-pointer by Jovic. The three-point shot's no good. Nikola Jovic wearing a little face mask tonight. 21 years old. Was drafted back in 2022 at the age of 19. He was a 27th overall pick by the Miami Heat. This is his second season. George, three-pointer as he catches and lets it fly. No good. Sixers up by a dozen with 5:10 left to go, but the Heat have the rock. They play hot potato. Bam Adebayo over in the far corner tries to give it to Jovic, and the ball gets deflected, and it goes to the bounds. Last touch by the Sixers. As we mentioned, Jovic is 21 years old. He's also 6 feet 10 inches tall. Last year for the Heat, ended up averaging 7.7 points per game in 46 games played, 38 games started. This is actually his third season, really. I don't know why they say second season, because he played in 2022 to 2023. So, yes, sir. Denied, rejected. I love it. 3 timeouts gone already. Let's go, baby. So Butler's going to go over to the free throw line, and he'll try to make a couple of free throws here. Hit the like button and hit the subscribe button as well. Don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe. And if you are tuning in on any of the other platforms, show me some love on there, man. I would really appreciate that. We have a foul shot coming up, and that's good to make it 50-39, and some substitutions as well coming on in as Butler knocked down the first free throw. And Jimmy is going to try to get his 12th point of the ball game. Scratch that 13th point. It's up, and that's good. Back to a 10-point lead for the Sixers with exactly 5 minutes to go. Lowry, McCain, Embiid, Martin, and George all out there for the Sixers. McCain will get the inbound pass from Lowry. McCain gets blitzed, has to give it up to Lowry, and then to the front court goes Paul George. George wants to take on his man, Drew Smith. Kicks it back outside to Jared McCain. McCain goes over towards the left side. 8 seconds left on the shot clock at the three-point line. Finds Embiid, who's over at the nail. Triple team coming. Nice pass outside to Lowry for 3. And he's left wide open, and Embiid tries to get it off the hands of Drew Smith. And instead, it's last touch by Joel as it goes out of bounds over towards the baseline. And the Sixers have to D up. The Celtics currently have an 11-3 record in the Atlantic Division. They are second in the Eastern Conference. Sixers, of course, are fourth. They're actually, they're 2 games behind the loss column of Toronto. So Toronto's in dead last. Embiid gets it over on the block. Nice little pass to McCain for a 3, and he airballed it. What a play by Joel Embiid. It was a no-look behind-the-back pass. Here we go. Here's Burks outside. Haywood Highsmith gets it over on the far corner and takes it over towards the baseline, gives it to Jimmy Butler. Butler swings it out from the far corner, and a three-point shot is up, no good. Adebayo tries to save it, and it goes into the hands of Jimmy Butler, who fights for it over at the foul line, and a foul called on Kyle Lowry. It'll be on the Sixers. 3:47 left to go. Good hustle by Bam Adebayo, too. The ball was going out of bounds. He had a three-point shot. He knew it was off the mark, and he went for the rebound. He was trying to be assertive, and instead of just letting it go out of bounds, did just a really nice job of hustling, making a nice play. How about that pass from Embiid? I mean, my goodness, that was just I mean, he just shows you flashes of lightning when he's out there and what he can do. Butler's first free throw is up, and that's good to cut the deficit into single digits. JJ, when are you going to come? Oh, wait, I read that, sorry. What was the run that the Heat just went on? It was a 9-2 run. 50-41. Second foul shot, that's up, and that's in for Jimmy Butler. Sixers will inbound it to Caleb Martin, and now Lowry gets it back. They got to just give the ball to McCain, man. I don't want Lowry to take the ball up anymore. Lowry downhill to Embiid, who gets triple teamed. They swing it back outside. Good rotation by the Heat, except Caleb Martin's left wide open on the far corner, and he knocks it down. Sixers with great ball movement. The triple team came to Joel Embiid. They swung it around the timeline and just found Caleb Martin wide open, then he knocked it down. You can't do that. Butler saves it from going out of bounds. Highsmith, three-point shot, up, swish. Oh, man. A rally killer as Haywood Highsmith knocks it down from 24 feet, and Drew Smith gets the assist. Here's George, who gets a pick from Embiid. George wants to give it back to Embiid. Embiid wide open to Jared McCain, who lets it fly, and he can't find the rim there. He actually did hit the rim, just barely. And the Sixers have their lead down to 8 with 2:50 left to go in the opening half. Martin steals it. Here's Lowry, 3-on-2 for the Sixers. McCain with a left-handed layup. It's up, and they're not going to count it because Lowry traveled. Kyle Lowry took too many steps. And Nick Nurse shaking his head. This is why we can't have him out there, man. Come on. You can't. I don't know why he's playing so many minutes. 7 turnovers by the Sixers, 10 by the Heat. Burks was left wide open, had a chance to shoot it. Instead, he'll take the layup. Instead, it was a little bit tougher because he had to go up against Embiid. But regardless, he made the tough two. And again, the Heat capitalized on another Sixers turnover in the second quarter. Man, come on. We got to stop it with these turnovers, man. Embiid gets it over on the foul line extended. Foul line extended left, that is. Goes up with a fadeaway jumper, and that one's short. George trying to play defense. They goes to Highsmith. Highsmith goes up with an alley-oop pass, and Paul George gets called for a foul as it went into Jimmy Butler's hands, and there's going to be a foul in the act of shooting as Butler is a little bit slow to get up. And now he gets help from his teammates. I think he got the wind knocked out of him. That was a good play by Alec Burks, too, going back to that layup that he made. I mean, he had a 3 to take, but still to finish that strong with all that physicality on you, it's pretty impressive. So the Heat are in the bonus. They're in this game now, and the lead is now diminished to 6 for the Sixers. They were up by as many as 19 points. First foul shot that's up and in from Butler. And he has a chance to cut it to just a 2-possession ball game. This is what happens, man. The Sixers, ever since they led it 44-27, they have literally gone on. They've been outscored 21-6. 1:55 left to go as the second foul shot's good. George gets it in the front court. Gets a pick from Embiid. Rolls over towards his left side. George hands it off, though, to Jared McCain instead. McCain steps back, gives it up to George. George, one more to Martin. Another wide-open three-point shot off the mark. Grabs his own rebound, though. Stays with the play. Kicks it out to McCain. McCain goes down the lane. McCain outside, inside, outside to Lowry. Three-point shot. He clanks it, and McCain can't get the rebound. Kyle Lowry just not being able to hit anything, and he had all day and night to shoot. And he's been really costing the Sixers so far in the second quarter. Lowry tries to play defense, though. A shot goes up, and it's blocked by Caleb Martin. Joel Embiid comes away with the rebound, though. 1:10 left to go in the second quarter. Embiid with a bouncer all the way to Martin. Martin, one more to a wide-open PG for a three-point shot. And the Heat dodge a bullet. 59 seconds left to go. Well, George usually knocks down those wide-open threes. Can't give him any sort of space. He'll make you pay for that, but not that time. McCain tries to play defense over Drew Smith. They skip it all the way to Kevin Love, who's being trapped in the far corner. Here's a three-point shot that's up, and swish it goes from Drew Smith. And all of a sudden, it's now a 1-point ball game. Or sorry, a 2-point ball game. They called it a 2. Excuse me, they said his foot was on the line. George outside to Embiid. Embiid with a fadeaway three-point shot in the face of Kevin Love. From 27 feet, Joel Embiid able to knock it down. 4 seconds separating the shot clock from the game clock. Sixers lead it by 5 with 18 seconds left in this second quarter. Smith at the top of the perimeter gives it up to Kevin Love. Love downhill to Butler. And Butler gets it back. The ball gets stripped, though, by Lowry. And we have a foul called with exactly 7 seconds to go. And Butler's going to go back to the line. He has a lot of trips at the line so far in this ball game. It's like actually unbelievable how many fouls he's been able to draw up. He's now going to go to the line for his 8th and 9th free throws of the half. That's pretty impressive. Sort of how the Heat have been able to make their adjustments. Butler's 17 total points, 6 in just this quarter alone, though. First foul shot, he puts it up, and he puts it in. He was 8 for 11 from the line on Monday, November 4th. He also did attempt 17 free throws in the second game of the regular season and was 11 for 17. That was against the Charlotte Hornets. 56-52. Sixers lead it by 4 with 7 seconds left to play in the first half. Second foul shot up and in by Jimmy Butler. He can't be stopped. He's made all 9 of his free throws so far against the Sixers. George wants to step back. 2 seconds left to go. 3-point shot goes up, and that one is not going to count. It's not going to go in anyways. 56-53 is the scores. The Sixers lead it by 3 at halftime. And not as good of a second quarter there, but the Sixers do have the lead, and they're going to have to continue to keep their foot on the gas pedal against the Heat team when they come back and play in the second half. Yeah, that was a little bit disappointing. I am so done with the Kyle Lowry experiment. I've been banging on the drum for a while. Literally, the moment that Nick Nurse put him back out there, Kyle Lowry, I'm sure he had to have been a negative because that run by Miami, the answer back, was absolutely huge. And I hate sounding like I'm beating a dead horse, but as much as I love and respect Kyle Lowry's game, he's just not what he used to be. And if you want to use him, you have to use him in spurts. For him to be out there with Jared McCain, it makes no sense. McCain is the best ball handler now. It's not even a question. There's no doubt about it. He's their best ball handler. He's quicker than anybody else on this team when it comes to just making the right plays and trying to get to the hoop and make quick decisions. He's so good at that. So I think we have to cut down Lowry's minutes at the very least. I don't even think he should be in the starting lineup. But that's why the Heat came back. That's exactly why they came back. Kyle needs to sit. KGB, this is why I don't trust this team. Yep, I feel that. Jimmy loves to make his mark against the 76ers. Yeah, I think that the reason why that they're only up by 3 is because Nick Nurse just is in love with Kyle Lowry, and for some reason he just thinks that he is the greatest player of all time. And again, it's no disrespect to the guy because he's had a great career, but he's averaging 6.7 points per game this year, 2.3 rebounds, and 3.6 assists in a matter of how many minutes? 24.7 minutes. And he started in 9 games. I mean, that's absurd. He was actually giving you more production last year in the 23 games that he played He was averaging 8 points per game, 4.6 assists, and also 2.8 rebounds as well. So all of his numbers were up, and he was also shooting 40.5% from three, and was actually able to knock down some shots. So, but yeah, no, that little run, it wasn't a little run, it was a big run that the Heat were able to go on. Part of the reason why is because you're playing 4-on-5 basketball. So that's what I've been disappointed with in that second quarter. But the first quarter was great. First quarter was really, really good. The start to the second quarter was so strong. I thought that there was no way. I got bought into it. I know it's a game of runs, but I thought that there wasn't going to be a way for the Heat to make it that close that quickly. I thought that if they were going to do it, it was going to be over time. That was not the case. It's the Sixers. It's the Sixers, man. Yeah. Ugh. What are your thoughts about that first half? I can't be the only one talking on here, man. I'm sure that y'all have thoughts too. Like what stood out to you besides just Kyle Lowry? Do you think that we just got cold from three? Like we had some wide open shots that we just weren't able to knock down at certain times, and the ones that we did knock down were great. But Lowry missed a wide open three. He actually missed two wide open threes. Eric Gordon missed a big wide open three as well on a nice little dribble handoff from Joel Embiid. But yeah, the Sixers are only up by 3, and it just hasn't really been. That wasn't a strong end to the second quarter. I'll put it that way. See that the Avalanche currently lead at 1-0 out in Philadelphia against the Flyers at the Wells Fargo Center. Man, got another early day tomorrow. The turnovers hurt Sestoni. Yeah, they do. Doesn't really help when you have a team out there with a lot of older veterans who are out of their prime and are bottom tier bench players, That certainly doesn't help. I didn't really like their Gordon signing. I know that he was a good three-point shooter, but is the thing. You can still shoot the three, but he just has been so slow out there, man. He has. Nurse is really not trying to move the bench. RC4 is in prison. So is Adem Bona, man, and he finally got sent over to the G League. So no surprise there. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you about RC4. He's gonna have to be traded. He's gonna have to start somewhere else. He's going to have to play on the bench somewhere else because they see something and they just don't like it, or they're just not giving him a chance. Either or. I feel like he'd be giving you more. Gershon has not played in this game so far. I find that a little bit weird. How come Gershon hasn't even played in this game? I was literally just thinking about that. And nobody on Twitter's talking about it. I don't know what's going on. I feel like we could use him too out there for rebounding purposes. I don't know. Kyle made a three, that is. When is the last time the Sixers made a three? It was Kyle Lowry. And you know what the marker was when he made it? At the timestamp. I call it timestamp. I call it game timestamp. The last time that the Sixers ended up making the three. Actually, sorry, no, Joel Embiid made a three. So Joel Embiid hit one with 28.1 seconds to go. That one slipped my mind. And that was a big three too. That was huge. I didn't even think he should take the shot, but felt confident and it went in. And that's all that matters at the end of the day. So McCain, 12 points, 5 for 8 from the field, just continues to be a beauty to watch for the Sixers. It'll be interesting to see how things look at the guard position when Tyrese Maxey comes back, and just seeing that backcourt, oh, that's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be so cool. This, honestly, like, and I'm not trying to get too ahead of myself, but this backcourt with McCain and Maxey could be actually really, really great. You know? It could be something special. So, all right, I'm going to take another step off. I need to stretch, all right? I'm going to take another step off. But while we do that, let's go say hi to, DJ, man. Let's go say hi to DJ Eastwood and go give him a little raid, all right? I'll go say hi to DJ. We'll say what's good, and I will be right back, all right? Let's see. Where is it? Oh, he's in halftime. He's getting his coffee. Okay, I don't want to do that then. Philly halftime is... Oh, actually, no. Rising Rhino. Let's go say hi to Rising Rhino. He hasn't been on a lot of times when we're on, so we'll go say hi to Rising Rhino. All right, here's his link, and let's go say hi. There he is. All right, be right back in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. We're back. We're back, man. What's going on? How's everybody doing? My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ as well. But yeah, man. Sixers lead it by 3 at the half in Miami, and they had a 19-point lead. That was their largest lead, and it got diminished all the way down to 2 with about a couple of minutes left to go in the second quarter. But they do lead it by 3 and are now back in a little bit of a dogfight in this game. The one thing that the Sixers have, the Sixers did in that second quarter was they obviously didn't shoot the 3 ball well. And also, they committed a lot of turnovers. And it started off when Kyle Lowry went back out there for the Sixers. He had a couple of misplays and just was not able to take care of the basketball. And you give Tyler Hero a 3-pointer to operate with, and Haywood Highsmith as well. Well, the C team's going to make you pay even if they're coming off of a back-to-back too. So, yeah, that's just what happens. Flyers currently trail 2-0. The Houston Texans just scored their second touchdown of the ball game against Micah Parsons and the Dallas Cowboys. How about that? 14-0 Houston. I like that. I like that very, very much. Kevin's giving us our scoreboard updates, even though we have it up here. I appreciate that, man. I'm nervous so far. We had a big lead, and now we're only winning by 3. But you know, you're gonna be like, well, JJ, of course you're gonna say this, but it to an extent it is true. The game is all about runs, and no lead is safe anymore in the NBA. Like 19 should be good to like hold you up for a little bit of time, and it shouldn't have erased that quickly. But I've seen teams come back down 34 in the NBA now in a playoff game. So it's just a different type of a league now. But with that being said, the lead should not have diminished that quickly. So Cale Makar had another goal. He's a stud. He's really good. It's him and McKinnon that are just really good. Maria's here. What's up, Maria? How you doing, Maria? Shout out to you. If you guys want to support the channel, you're absolutely more than welcome to do so. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button as well. You also can be sure to, if you guys want to donate to the channel, if you want to get back to the community as well, all you got to do is hit the super chat button down below. That's all. Just hit the super chat button and snap your fingers, and there you go. Poor Jerry is suffering from the sad disease. We just gotta hold on for the ride, says Grace. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that mentality. Like, we gotta hold on. I get like what you're saying, but to me, holding on is just like, let's just play defense and let's just try to cool them off as much as we can. Not saying that you're not going to be able to focus on offense, but I think that the mindset needs to be, we need to try to increase our lead again and not take this for granted and really focus in now, early on in the second half. Because again, like I see like what you're saying, so you know, it makes a lot of sense. M's here. What's up, Em? How you doing, Em? Haven't seen you on here since baseball season. What's going on? Thanks for coming by. Appreciate you. Hope you stay. We have a lot of fun doing basketball too. I know that basketball is not everybody's cup of tea, but I appreciate the love and the support. I really do. That was really nice. I was thinking about this season as a whole. Yeah, this season as a whole, we just got to hold on for the ride. We got to brace ourselves, essentially, yeah, with this season. That makes a lot of sense. You gotta have good defense and good offense in a game to win. You do, yeah. You gotta win out in transition, and you have to be able to win all facets of the game. limit the turnovers, really try to knock down the threes. Some nights is not going to be your night, but you're going to have to try to make shots. That's the name of the game. If the shots aren't falling, then it's going to be really tough to win. And that's where the defense comes in as well. Raptors lead at 74-57 in their game against the Indiana Pacers with 10:45 left to go in the third quarter. The Knicks are up by 27 as they're hosting the Washington Wizards with 7:53 remaining in the third quarter. There's 9:51 remaining in the Chicago-Detroit game. The Bulls lead it by 3 with 9:51 left to go. As we just mentioned, it's 95-92. The Bucks are up by 4 against the Houston Texans in the second quarter. And then we have 3 more games going on. Hey, I like to show love to both sides of PA, so I watch the Steelers-Pens now. But I do want to get into basketball, so I might start listening to your calls. No, I appreciate it. I appreciate that. You know, I understand it's not like everybody's cup of tea, but from the bottom of my heart, thank you for the support. I really appreciate that. Second half is starting right now for the Sixers. Embiid gets it over at the nail, takes a couple jab steps, fades away, puts up a jumper. It's a little bit short. And Bam Adebayo climbs the ladder and corrals the board. So the Heat can tie it with a 3 or cut the deficit to 1 with a 2. Hero back to Robinson. Robinson to Hero as they play catch. Hero over towards the far side. That's where Robinson is, of course. Duncan being guarded by Embiid. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. The ball gets intercepted. Bad pass by Robinson. Caleb Martin with the steal. McCain, 2 points. It's blocked and rejected by Josh Richardson, I believe. And Adebayo gets it back for the Miami Heat. Here's Tyler Hero over at the point guard. Gets some space. Puts up a 3-pointer. Tie game. Bam Adebayo set the screen. And just like that, it's 56-56. As we've only played 1 minute in this third quarter so far. So the Sixers had a 19-point lead early on in the second quarter, and that has just been fully erased. We have a little lob pass inside to Paul George, and he does get fouled. They'll say that it was in the act of shooting, and it looks like he's going to go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws. Haywood Highsmith is the one that ended up blocking Jared McCain's layup. George today, 12 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. He had 10 points in the first quarter. Lifetime a very good foul shooter. First foul shot by George. That goes up, and it rims out. If you want to see more of the specifics, lifetime-wise, he's an 85.5% foul shooter. Last year, he shot 91% from the free throw line, and that was his best shooting career from the foul line ever. That was the best season he's ever had. Second foul shot by George. That goes up, and that one goes in.
Excellent.
So he makes the second free throw. Adebayo with a layup. He puts it up. Can't put it in. Jared McCain gets the rebound. He leads the charge over on the other end. The ball gets deflected, goes out of the hands of Tyler Hero, and gets knocked away and out of bounds. The Cowboys 50 total yards so far, off the charts. Oh, I thought you were going to... did that have a double meaning? Like, it's off of my chart, but it's also like sarcasm because, that's not so good? Or was it just, the sarcasm or one or the other? George catches, puts up a tray. In and out it goes. Oh, George, of course, draft pick back in 2010 by the Indiana Pacers. Not able to get that one up and in. So George misses one from 25 feet. Tyler Hero now has the ball for the Heat over on the other side. Nice pass from Highsmith to Butler. One more for a 3 by Robinson. Too strong, and Embiid able to corral his miss. Joel tonight, 9 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists as well. Sixers play out potato. McCain catches, lets it fly, and knocks it down from the far corner. And the rookie just continues to be on a roll for Philadelphia. Give the rookie 15 in this game so far as he breaks the ice from 3. Butler gets the rebound off of the missed 3-pointer by Tyler Hero. Here's a 3 by Robinson. He puts that one up, and he cans it from another area code. and answers back with a three of his own. McCain's three was from 22 feet, and Duncan Robinson able to say, guess what, I can do that too. 9:23 left remaining in the third quarter. McCain gets blitzed. Double team comes, and now it's Embiid who gets it over on the far corner. They swing it back out to McCain. They have to rotate. McCain goes over towards the foul line, throws it into the hands of Caleb Martin. Wide open three-point shot, and it's a little bit strong, and the rebound goes to Tower Hero and the Miami Heat. Hero not wasting any time. Wants to dance all over his defender. Butler gets it down the lane. Butler looking to pass it. Gets stripped by Embiid and stolen by Lowry. Joel Embiid, great recognition. Martin downhill, and he'll try to just reset it. Thought he had a chance to try to make a layup, but he was wise and actually ended up making the right decision. Here's Embiid trying to reward Martin for his greatness. Martin tries to scoop it up and scoop it in. He was going fast from that near side of the corner at the three-point line, and I thought maybe he was going to dunk it in and show off his athleticism, but he could not do so, and instead he got the layup. Butler for the tie, three-point shot, up and in. He drains it, and we're back to a tie at 62 as Jimmy Butler hits it from the near corner for three. Butler, 19 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. Give him now 22 because he made the three-pointer. 8:10 left to go in the third quarter. McCain operating the offense. Finds Embiid over on the far wing at the three-point line. He steps back. He throws it away into the hands of Jimmy Butler. Butler being aggressive. Tries to pass it. Goes back outside to Highsmith. Highsmith, one more three-point shots up. No. And Paul George able to climb on over Jimmy Butler and corral his miss. So the Sixers had a bad play. It was a bad pass and a bad read from Joel Embiid, and thank goodness the Sixers got back on defense. George initiated some contact from Haywood Highsmith and a personal foul called on Haywood in this third quarter. That's only his second personal foul. George, Martin, McCain, all three of them have scored in double figures for the Sixers. George will get the inbound. He has to watch his footing because he's over on the far corner. And now tries to get some space from Jimmy Butler. Throws it over towards Kyle Lowry. And we have a foul called on Butler. And he certainly can't believe it. And that's going to reset the shot clock to 14 seconds. George, Martin, Embiid, and McCain combined have scored 49 of the 62 points by the Sixers. George will skip it over to Jared McCain, who was over at the top of the key, and now tries to give it up to Paul George downhill. Double team comes. George back over to McCain. Inside, outside to Martin. Three-point shots up. No. Caleb Martin just not able to knock down his threes. He's just 2 for 6 from three-point range. Here's Duncan Robinson. He can catch and shoot, and that's what he does. And the Heat have their first lead since the first quarter and a timeout called by Nick Nurse. 65-62 Miami with 7:15 left to go in the third quarter. And the Sixers have to regroup. And that's what they're going to try to do out of this timeout. Up by 19, and that's what happens. That is basketball for you in 2024. Man. Duncan Robinson hits his second triple of the third, and the Heat have opened up the half with a bit of a flurry. Crazy. Wow. Let me ask you guys this down below. I've asked my baseball fans this season a lot of times. For those people that tune in to the cast, of course, what got them into baseball and like what their first love was, and like what their most memorable baseball memory was that they got to witness in person. I want to ask you guys that, but let's change the sport and let's talk about hoops. What was the best moment that you got to see in person, and what got you into watching NBA basketball or just professional basketball in general? Please let me know your stories down below, and I'd like to share some of them and hear from you guys. I don't really know how I fell in love with the Sixers, honestly. I guess because I was rooting for the Phillies, and that's how I sort of got into the Sixers. I started watching when the Sixers had Lou Williams, Drew Holiday, Spencer Hawes, Thaddeus Young, and Evan Turner. That's when I started watching. It was an 18-point lead, says Marshawn. Nope, it was a 19-point lead. Allen Iverson, 2001, Game 1. He was awesome. You went to Game 1 of the NBA Finals, Grace. You went to Game 1 of the NBA Finals. If you did, that is unbelievable. That's insane if you did that. Michael Jordan got me into liking basketball, says Stoney. Did you ever get to see him play in person? Or no? Never really been into professional basketball, says Kevin. My dad showed me a picture of Magic and MJ fighting over a rebound, says Lou. And as a kid, to me, it seemed like Captain America versus Iron Man. I started watching in the mid-'90s. That's really cool, man. I like that. I like that, man. 65-62. Heat lead it by 3. Sixers down by 3. Paul George back out there for the Sixers. Here's Embiid over to Doughton for a wide-open tray. That's no good. Martin tried to get the rebound. Instead, Bam Adebayo gets the board. So every time McCain's out there, Lowry has to be out there too. It's unbelievable. Robinson, floater, inside. That's up and that's in. Didn't go. I got really into basketball. Oh, wow. Okay. Martin almost got the ball pickpocketed, and now he has to throw it, and he'll give it up to Embiid, who gets an elbow jumper, and that's way off the mark. And another missed shot for Philadelphia. They've been ice cold in this third quarter. It's 17-6. That's the scoring run in this third quarter so far by the Heat. And we're just about halfway done this third quarter. Jovic, three-pointer, bang. And just like that, the Heat are up by 8 within the blink of an eye. The Sixers were on a 6-0 run to start off the third, and it's been a 17-0 run by the Heat ever since that. Unbelievable. Martin at the top of the perimeter wants to try to find Joel and want to try to give it to the big fella. Here comes George down the lane, tries to put up a left-handed layup. That's up, and that's good. Paul George able to get his 15th point of the game. Adebayo gets the ball stolen. Paul George gets a shot up, and he's fouled. Best games I was ever at, 2001 Finals when they lost, and second round Game 1 versus the Raptors in Kobe's last game in Philly. Kobe's last game in Philly. That's when LeBron passed him, right, on the all-time scoring list. Is that when? Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. Kobe's last game. I'm so sorry. Kobe's last game in Philly. I forget what he did that night. George, first free throw. That's up, and that's good. Marshawn with the optimism in the chat. Love it. And seeing MJ alive, says Lou. 70-65. Miami Heat are up by 5. I need my sarcasm detector tonight. That's just one of those nights I need that. Sixers are in the bonus. That is good news. George, second free throw.
Excellent.
It's good, and the Sixers are down by 4 points to the Miami Heat. 17 points for PG, just 1 for 6 from 3. It's been not so good at shooting the rock from downtown. Love gets a wide open tray. It's money from the top of the key. And just like that, the Heat go up by 7. They'll exchange 3s for 2s. The Heat are 6 for 10 from downtown in this quarter alone. Drummond goes downhill, scoops it up, and lays it in. I mean, they're just bringing the zone to the Sixers, and the Sixers just cannot solve it here in this third quarter. Robinson, wide open layup, missed it. It was a bunny. Paul George got the rebound, and we have a whistle called. And they're going to say it's an offensive foul on Jimmy Butler. Duncan Robinson missed a wide-open dunk. Crazy. Unbelievable. And Butler gets called for a big turnover. I can't believe Duncan Robinson missed that dunk. He did. He had a wide open lane and made a fool out of himself on that. They say it was a Butler foul on ESPN. They called it a loose ball foul. And Paul George will go on over to the line. As we walk the floor, first foul shot, it's up and in. The zone kills us every time. It does. It does. Every, they finally decided, you know what, let's just go to a zone. And it started working. It did. George trying to hit another foul shot. And he puts it up. And can't get that one to go. Hit the front of the rim, the back of the rim. And just could not bounce and wiggle its way in. Hero down the lane. Catching and shooting is love. 3-point shot. The basketball gods say no. And the Sixers dodge a bullet. That almost went down the drain. There's Oubre down the lane. Goes over towards the nail. Left-handed layup. No good. Oubre trying to fight for it with Kevin Love. And we are going to have a jump ball. We are going to have a jump ball with 4:21 left remaining in quarter number 3. Let's see this again. I got to give Oubre credit for staying with the play there and for being really physical. You're going up against a guy in Kevin Love who has a lot of strength. Not saying that Oubre doesn't, but he's a little bit taller. He's a little bit stronger as well. Oubre's tipped ball goes up and into the hands of Jimmy Butler. Sixers down by 4. Butler outside and gets it back over at the top of the key. He'll go down the lane against Andre Drummond, and they'll try to scoop it up through contact, and a whistle called on Andre Drummond with 4:03 left to go. And Andre Drummond, I think that's now his 3rd foul of the ball game. Butler, of course, went to Marquette. Was drafted by the Bulls back in 2011. Remember that one team that he played with Dwayne Wade, Rajon Rondo? It was just with the both of them. I thought that team was going to be really, really good. First foul shot by Butler, the strip around. And he puts that one up, and he puts it in. We have some substitutions for the Sixers. Eric Gordon's going to come on in, and Paul George is going to take a seat. It's Gordon and Oubre and Drummond. And the second foul shot, that's good. Then it's McCain and Doughton. The Heat have a 6 spot over the Philadelphia 76ers. McCain gets it over on the near wing, finds Andre Drummond downhill, almost threw it away. Doughton gives it back to McCain, who's over at the logo, takes it all the way towards the right side of the wing. Gordon scrambles, tries to twist and turn, put up a layup, no good. Drummond fights for the rebound, and instead it goes into the hands of Alec Burks. Burks gives it back outside to Tyler Hero. 3:25 left to go in the third quarter. Been a very sloppy third quarter by the Sixers, to say the very least. Butler falls out of bounds, but he gives it away before he went over towards the baseline. Here's Hero for a wide-open 3-point shot. That one cannot go through. And we have a whistle called, and that's going to be on the Sixers. And if it's in the act of shooting for Tyler Hero, he'll go to the line for not 1 and not 2, but 3 free throws, man. And Eric Gordon's going to get called for the foul. I can't understand it. I can't. I can rant and scream, but you can't play Gordon, and you can't play Lowry, man. First foul shot, that's up and that's in. Andre Drummond has been plus 20 off the bench. Eric Gordon has actually been a plus 5 off the bench. Oubre's been a plus 16, and Doughton's been a plus 14. Everybody else is a minus, all the starters. First foul shot, that's good. Second foul shot, that's good too. And this is for a 10-point lead if Miami can hit this free throw. And there it is. That one's up. And that one is good to make it 78-69. Excuse me. So that was just a 9-point lead. There was a 6-point lead before. Here we go. Sixers give the ball to McCain, but it's stolen on a bad pass. And Jovic goes downhill, lays it up, and lays it in. And the Sixers now down by 11. 2:52 left to go in the third quarter. Doughton back over to Drummond. Drummond goes downhill, gives it up to Kelly Oubre. He lost it. It goes out of bounds. JJ, it's the same game. Well, honestly, man, like, I understand. Like, I get it. Like, even though, like, the game's not over yet, like, you know, you feel like you're watching the same product, but, I mean, like, there's always a chance that they can come back and win, man. You have a right to feel upset, but I don't know. I'm not, like, ready to, like, wave the towel. I'm not ready at all to do that. I need our team to fight. Timeout called on the floor by the Miami Heat. With 2:45 left to go in the third quarter. Sixers down by 11 in Miami. Anyone watch Cobra Kai? Honestly, no, I haven't gotten into it yet. Is it worth the binge? There's always a chance that they can come back. JJ, I love the optimism. I mean, it's true. Like, there is always a chance. And I don't know. It's guys, like, the thing that while yes, like, we're going off of, like, how the season has gone and, like, we're tending to be negative, like, the thing is that you have to also realize too that this is a game of runs. And I don't know, like, Miami's record is still under 500, and yet they're still without Terry Rozier, and they gave up a big run to the Sixers. It's possible that they can give up another big run again. And I don't know. I don't think we're losing this game tonight. I really don't. We were up by 19 and blew it. No way we come back from this massive 11-point lead. Well, I saw last year that the Bucks had a 19-point lead, and then they ended up giving it away, and then they had an 18-point lead, and then they gave that away, but then they still won the ball game. That's just the nature of the game. Like, I've seen teams come back down from 34-point deficits. Like, no lead is safe, man. That's just the truth. Like, it's just how it goes. Like, is that demoralizing? Yeah, but, you know, I don't know. Caleb Martin's going to come on in for Andre Drummond. Jeff Doughton Jr. is also going to take a seat as well for the Sixers with 2:45 left to go in the third quarter. And we'll get a name as to who's coming in just a few moments. 76ers went to sleep the other night. This is Scott. All right, let's see if the Sixers can try to cut it into single digits. It's 80-69. Gershon Yabusele is out there for the first time today. 7-0 run for the Heat. 3-point shots up, and that's no good by Alec Burks, and Gershon gets the rebound. Here's McCain, who goes over towards the top of the perimeter, gives it back to Kelly Oubre. This is a good lineup out there for the Sixers. Oubre back to McCain. He hesitates, gets it back over to Kelly. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Oubre gets tripped up, tries to throw it. He throws it away, and it goes into the front court. Tyler Hero goes up with a shot. He lays it up high off the glass and one. And now make it 82-69 with 2:04 left to go in the third quarter. Tyrese Maxey is having a conversation with Jared McCain, and that's nice to see. That's like the second time in a row where I've seen Tyrese Maxey try to get into his face. And that's something good, man. McCain gets called for the shooting foul, and Hero's going to go to the line for one more. 15 points for him on the game so far, as well as 4 rebounds and 4 assists, and now make it 16 points as he knocks down the foul shot with 2 minutes left to go. 83-69. McCain catches it over towards the far corner. He puts up a baseline jumper, puts it up. It's a little bit too strong. Kevin Love gets the rebound. Love gets it over at the top of the key. Marshawn, if they come back, I'll make you a deal. If they come back, if they come back, man, you owe me something. Gershon Yabusele gets the rebound. McCain gets it over on the far wing. Yabusele goes up for 2, and he's fouled. Okay, I'll make you a deal, man. And I usually don't do this, but I'm in the mood tonight. If they come back, if they lose, okay, email me, and I will give you a free membership. I will give you a free membership, and we'll figure that out. But if they but if they win, you have to buy a membership for $2.99. 83-70 is the score. That's the deal. 1:23 left to go in the third quarter. Only way this team comes back is on a bus ride home. I'm telling you, man. 83-70 is the score. Second foul shot, no good by Gershon with 1:13 left to go in the third quarter. Highsmith gets it over on the near wing, puts up a 3-point shot. It's up, and that's good. And now it's a 16-point lead for the Heat with 1 minute left to go in the third quarter. 13-1 is the run for the Heat. Martin tries to spin, turn, and almost traveled there. Gives it up to Yabusele. 3-point shots up, and that's way off the mark. 45 seconds left to go in the third quarter, and the Heat have the ball. Here's a step back from Tyler Hero. Back over towards Haywood Highsmith, who goes down low to Kevin Love. Love's 2-point shots up, no good. McCain comes away with the rebound. McCain outlet pass over to Gordon, who finishes with the 2 and then makes a nice little layup there to cut the deficit back to 14. Marshawn, you going to take the deal or not, man? 86-72. 13 seconds left to go in the third quarter. And the Heat are going to settle for one more shot. Hero goes up with a layup, puts it up, and puts it in. And the Sixers will inbound it with 3.2 seconds left to go. Gordon with a half-court shot. He puts it up and airballs it, and that's going to do it. In the third quarter, Sixers down by 16 points as they go into the fourth quarter. 88-72. Marshawn, you taking the deal or not, man? You taking it or not? All right. We go into the fourth quarter. All right, we're going to do trivia. I'm going to ask you a Sixers trivia question. If you get it right, you'll hear this. If you get it wrong, you'll hear this. All right. By the way, should Marshawn take the deal? Should Marshawn take the deal? Let me know down below. Kevin says too late. Well, then if you feel confident, put something on it, man. All right, here we go. I'm going to ask you a Sixers trivia question. If you get it right. Oh, I just played that sound effect. All right, so I want to know, since we're playing the Heat tonight, okay, I want to know what were Jimmy Butler's stats with the Sixers during that one season. Tell me how many points he had. You already sound defeated. Well, you're not putting anything on it, so if you don't feel confident with it, then you shouldn't. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, you should put something on it, man. Ugh. All right, Jimmy Butler. You already sound defeated. I'm tired. I had a long day today, man. I've been going back and forth. I played basketball tonight, and I immediately came on home. And I tried to rush back and get ready for the game. How many points did Jimmy Butler average as a Sixer is the question. Jimmy Butler averaged 19 points a game as a Sixer. Nope. Not 19. $28 points per game. Nope. He averaged 18. That is correct. 18 is right. 18 is right. All right. 88-72 is the score as we go into the fourth quarter. Here comes Hero, Burks, Richardson, Smith, Drew Smith, that is, and Bam Adebayo. 5 seconds are left on the shot clock. Here comes a three-point shot by Josh Richardson. That's up. That's no good. Eric Gordon gets the rebound. Outlet pass to Jared McCain, who lets it fly from downtown. Swish goes the basketball. Jared McCain able to knock down a three-pointer to start this fourth quarter off with a bang. Nice job by him. And that makes it 88-75. Embiid back out there for the Sixers. Three-point shots up, and that's a little bit short. Embiid comes up with the rebound, though, and hands it off to McCain, who's over on the far wing. McCain back to Embiid. They have a little two-man game here. McCain catches, puts up, or almost thought about putting up a shot. Embiid puts up a shot, though, and I think that they're going to call a foul there. They are. They're going to call a foul on Bam Adebayo. Huh. Let's see again. Embiid. There was, no foul there. McCain is going to inbound it for the Sixers, and he gives it up to Embiid, but they're going to call a 5-second violation as the Sixers could not even get off the inbound. That's the second time today where they had a hard time at just trying to find somebody open. The Sixers have 12 turnovers. The Heat have 11. All right, 10:55 left to go in the fourth quarter. Adebayo will hand it off over to Hero. Dribbles over towards the right side. There's Smith over on the near wing at the three-point line. Finds Adebayo down low on the block, being guarded by McCain. Step back Jay, no good. Martin climbs the ladder, gets the rebound for the Sixers. And Martin goes over towards his right side. He's over at the elbow. He'll try to scoop it up and in, but no whistle is called as he had a lot of contact with Alec Burks. It was good defense, though. Smith, wide open three-point shot. Swish. And back to a 16-point lead for the Heat as Drew Smith knocks it down from another area code. 10 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. George gets a defender on him and swings it down low to Gordon, who was wide open and can't make a layup there. It got tipped. Embiid fights for the loose ball on the ground. McCain, three-point shots up. That's too strong. And the board is corralled by Drew Smith. Eric Gordon just could not make that layup, man. I don't understand why he's even still out there now. 91-75. Smith back outside to Richardson. Smith gets it back. Richardson has some space but gets the ball deflected and stolen by the Sixers. McCain off to the races. Layups up, and that's good by Jared McCain, who has scored all 5 points so far in this fourth quarter. Let's go. The McCain train. 9:20 left to be played in the fourth quarter. Sixers haven't committed any fouls so far. Smith goes downhill, catching and shooting his hero. Three-point shot off the mark. Embiid tips it over to McCain. Outlet pass over to Caleb Martin over on the far side. Martin parts the Red Sea. Can't make the layup. Oh, my gosh. Wide open again, and the Sixers just cannot finish. What is going on? 9 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Runner is up, no good by Drew Smith. Good contest by Embiid. George, rebound. George goes downhill, gets tripped up, and the ball goes out of bounds, and it's still going to be Philadelphia basketball, I believe. 8:45 left to go in the fourth quarter, and George is shaking up a little bit on the play. Sixers will call for time, and they might challenge the call. I guess that they ruled it as heat ball, and that's why they're going to challenge it. I couldn't tell what the signal was. They already sound defeated. All right, JJ, I'm calling it. The season's over, man. Nurse, we're all fired up now, and we clearly are not. Genuinely hate to say this, but the process failed. I don't know what they're going to do now. Screw the Sixers. Yeah, I get it. KGB, maybe Embiid will play for FIBA this summer. Marshawn did not want to take my offer. That's fine, though. That's fine, man. That's fine. 91-77 is the score for the Heat. KGB says if the Eagles weren't good, I would not be watching sports. Yeah. Look, I mean, it is annoying. Don't get me wrong. It is really annoying. I'm just like, how do I put this? I'm disappointed in what we're getting, and the fans have a right to be upset about that. But at the same time, though, to say that the season's done, we don't even have Maxey back yet. Maxey does change things when Joel is out there. And I'm not, and Embiid's impact is supposed to be bigger, but we're still not like fully healthy yet. So like I can't like just wave the towel just because we are missing another star player. So the Sixers actually win their challenge. The call is overturned, and the Sixers do retain their timeouts. Don't bet that, JJ. Especially not like this, not when the Sixers can't finish open layups, says Marshawn. I mean, I offered it to you before, man. If you want a membership, if you want me to pay for a membership, it's still up there, man. It's still up there. I'm literally like doing this, for you. I'm offering it to you. But if they come back, that's what you owe me. Tonight's just one of those nights where I feel it, All right, 91-77 with 8:43 left to go in the fourth quarter. Oubre's going to come on in for Caleb Martin. No spoilers in the chat. Ricky Council gets gets it stolen away. Oh, sorry, I was reading something else. Got stolen away by Bam Adebayo. 8:34 left to go. Adebayo reverse jump shots up. No good. Embiid gets the rebound for the Sixers. So they finally put in Ricky Council. Embiid goes downhill. Kicks it out to Council. Council to George. 3-point shot. No good. Paul George has been ice cold from 3. And now 1 for 7 from downtown. Here's Hero, who tries to go down the lane. 8:01 left to go in the fourth quarter. Shot goes up. That's no good. And the Sixers are a little bit desperate. They could not get a rebound there. The ball gets stripped, though. It's stolen by Paul George. George, here he finds Jared McCain. McCain's three-point shot's up. And that's a little bit short. Council tries to save it. It goes out of bounds. And it's going to be Miami Heat ball. So McCain missed it. And the Sixers do indeed turn it over once again. 7:50 left to be played in the fourth. And the Sixers are only down to 2 timeouts. The Heat are at 4. Adebayo will hand it off to Drew Smith. McCain guarding him. 3-point shot by Burks. Off the mark. And George able to come up with the rebound. Sixers want to get the offense set here. George over at the logo. Takes it with the right hand. Throws it. And almost got it stolen away. He gets blitzed. Tries to pass it to Council. And it's intercepted by Drew Smith. Richardson goes up with a shot. And he puts it up and in over Joel Embiid, who tried to make the stop there. Sixers now down by 16 points. And McCain has the ball back for Philadelphia. McCain gets blitzed, and we have an offensive foul called on Paul George. Great. 6:59 left to go in the fourth quarter. And the Sixers with another turnover. Another turnover. Man. Crazy. Wow. Gershon back out there for the Sixers. So he'll come on in. Sixers, if they lose this game, they'll be 2-11. 15 turnovers by Philadelphia tonight. Josh Richardson gets the inbound pass, but gives it back over to Drew Smith. Smith is being guarded by Jared McCain. And Smith gets it over at the top of the key. Smith's in trouble. Gives it back over to Robinson. Robinson back outside the Richardson. 3-point shot's up. And that's no good. And the Sixers do get a board. It's Jared McCain over on the far side. Screen comes by Yabusele. Yabusele to George. One more to Council. 3-point shot's up. And that's too strong. Embiid does come out of the game for Gershon. Now it's Bam Adebayo being heavily guarded by Paul George. 6 minutes left to go. Robinson's layup is just too easy. 95-77 is the score now. I bet that JJ. With you, I'll call it till the players are back and ramped up. I need a few games before I start hating on the team. Yeah, exactly. Throw in the towel, just do it. All right. 5:48 left to go in the fourth quarter. Drew Smith has the rock. Dribbles with the right hand. Now takes it down all the way towards the lane. Puts it up and puts it in. And the Heat are up by 20. And the Sixers are going to burn a timeout with 5:38 left to go. Okay. All right. Crazy. It should be better, no doubt about it. Disbelievers, I will stay the course. I'm with JJ. There will be no towel throwing from me. I'm just not there yet, man. Like, we're not even a third of the way done with the season. The Phillies got off to such a good start this year, and we thought that they were going to win the World Series. I remember when the Nationals got off to such a bad start. I remember when the Lakers got off to such a bad start 2 years ago, and yet they made it to the Western Conference Finals. I'm not telling you that the Sixers are going to go win a championship, but I find it so hard to believe that even though we're without Tyrese Maxey, I really just find it so hard to believe that we're not even going to get into the playoffs. We've made it for the last at least 8 years of just getting into the playoffs. And this team was projected to be like the third best team in the East. So I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't get it. It's disappointing. It is. It's disappointing and it's annoying. But to give up on the season, it's only 13 games in. We have 81 games to go. I agree, Tommy. Like, somebody does have to take this team over, but my problem is that Nick Nurse is just not. I feel like Nick Nurse is hypnotized. I feel like he's actually hypnotized. He's still playing Kyle Lowry out there. He's still playing Eric Gordon at a high rate, and there's no need for it. And when Tyrese Maxey comes back, honestly, I still expect them to play Kyle Lowry. Still expect them to play Eric Gordon for a little bit too. You know? Crazy. Oubre's going to go shoot some free throws. First foul shot's up. And that's in. Actually, the Sixers are just going to get one free throw. There was a technical foul called. Kane is one of the 4 rookies who's had at least 20 or more points in 5 straight games. 97-78. Foul shot was called. The technical foul was called on Tyler Hero. Ebusele gives it back. Oubre, 3-point shot. Good. And it's back to a 16-point deficit for the Sixers as they have one timeout left. 97-81 with 5:12 remaining in the fourth quarter. Dribble handoff to Jimmy Butler. Butler at the logo. Lobs it inside to Bam Adebayo. They'll give it back to Duncan Robinson. And Robinson and Adebayo play catch. Adebayo gets it back. Finds Butler downhill. Butler goes up with a shot. And a shot clock violation is called. Joel Embiid is back out there for the Sixers. They're not even going to their closing lineup. It's so weird. I don't understand what we're trying to do here. Makes no sense. The Sixers will get it back. Jeff Doughton Jr. gets it for the Sixers. Gets a pick from Embiid. Lost the ball as it goes out of bounds, and it'll be last touch by the Heat. Next game will be Wednesday. We will be doing Wednesday's game. JJ needs to hypnotize all the Phillies coaches into winning ways. That's a really good point, man. 3-point shot by Joel. No good. Kevin says ring the bell. I can't do that now. We're losing. 4:35 left to go in the fourth quarter. Adebayo gets it over at the top of the key. Gives it back over to Butler. Butler goes down the lane. Kicks it back out. Josh Richardson, wide open tray. No good. And Gershon gets the board. Well, at least he's getting rebounds out there. He's definitely giving it a lot of effort. Embiid gets it over at the top of the key. Feeds it downhill to Gershon. Gershon tries to scoop it up and in. Just could not do so. It was a little bit early of a release. And the board goes to Miami. 3-point shot by Duncan Robinson. No good. Doughton Jr. comes up with a rebound. Gets the ball tipped out of bounds. And the Sixers will have the ball with 3:57 left to go. It's just crazy how, this team just continues to struggle shooting the basketball. They'll have a foul called on it'll be on the Miami Heat with about 3:48 left to go. The Sixers have no second chance points today. None. The Heat are getting all the hustle plays, and the Sixers just aren't getting anything. Council will inbound it to Embiid, who's down low on the block. Embiid directing traffic, tries to bully his defenders downhill, finds Council running into the lane, and he lays it up and throws down a dunk. 97-83 in a timeout called by the Heat with 3:39 left to be played in the fourth quarter. And they're down to 3 timeouts now. But Embiid being able to find Council wide open down the lane, and he just threw it down for a solo two-handed jam. All right. I'm not going to do a post-game show tonight, man. I'm really, really tired. I had a very, very long day today. I can't do it tonight. Tonight I got to be nice to myself, and I got to eat a little bit of dinner and then go to bed. And I've been in the habit of not, eating after, 9 o'clock. But I got to break that tonight. Because I didn't have time to do it beforehand. Ugh, man. It's just sad, man. It is. It's sad that they're off to this bad start. It's sad how this game sort of unfolded. I figured that it was going to be too good to be true. I didn't want to admit it to myself. It's annoying. This team is annoying. But ain't no way I'm waving the towel. It's way too early. 3:30 left to go in the fourth quarter. Butler gets it over at the Toyota sign, goes down the lane, left-handed layup is up, and that's good. Jimmy Butler, what a ball game he's had. Not even looking at his stats because I don't like to look at ESPN right now during crunch time because it's always ahead. Embiid gets it downhill, goes up with a layup, and it goes out. He did not get the friendly bounce. It's just been that type of a night for the Sixers. That's probably the 5th game in a row I've said that. 3 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Butler over at the baseline, scoops up a shot, and Yabusele fouls him. Gershon does foul him. There should get fired. Now I said 2 of 15, and now we are 2 and 11. When did you say 2 and 15, Lawrence? After game 9? I was off today, says Kevin. I'm rested. Good for you, man. That's awesome. 183 with about 2:55 left to go in the fourth quarter. Jimmy with 27 points. He's made all 12 of his free throws and making now 13 free throws. 101-83. And Doughton Jr. out there for the Sixers. They give it up to Embiid. Embiid gets the double teams coming. Goes downhill to Gershon Yabusele. And Yabusele finds the basket. Right-handed layup is up and in with about 2:35 left to be played in the fourth quarter. 101-85. Hero dribbles with the left hand. Takes it over towards the elbow. Adebayo wide open three-point shot. And that should just about do it. Hits it from the top of the key. It's 104-85 as Bam Adebayo looks to just step on the Sixers and say goodnight. Embiid, right-handed layup is up, and that's good. And that makes it 104-87. They just want to get Embiid's cardio up there. I definitely see that. Council plays defense right over Tyler Hero. They try to find Jimmy Butler wide open downhill. Not once, but twice he's able to put it up and in. Another second chance opportunity for Jimmy Butler. And the Heat are back up by 19 points. Embiid top of the key. Oubre catches, puts up a tray off the mark. And the clock is just winding down. Sixers, their next game, it'll be on Wednesday. They will be playing on Wednesday night. And who will they be playing, JJ? They'll be playing against the Memphis Grizzlies. And that'll be back at home. Then they play against the Brooklyn Nets. And that will be on on Friday, and then on Sunday they play the Clippers at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. And then they play the Rockets at home. Then they head to Detroit. The schedule sort of eases up a little bit for the Sixers over these next 12 games or so, which kind of does help them. 106-89 with 102 left to go. A very poor second half by the Sixers. Marshawn should have just taken the deal, man. Should have taken it, dude. Adembona is going to enter on in now for Joel Embiid with 1 minute left to go. And it looks like the Heat will get their third-string guys out there. There's Larson, Smith, Richardson, Ware, and Jovic. Next time that the Sixers will play the Heat, it'll be on February 5th. 3-point shots up, and that's no good. Sixers only put up a total of 33 points in the third and fourth quarter, man. Combined. It is unbelievable. 19 seconds left in this game, and the Heat are just going to dribble out a shot clock violation. Sixers will take on over, and Nick Nurse has to scratch his head again. I said I wasn't going to go on for a post-game show tonight. I'm not. But I will give you some thoughts that I have. 5 seconds left to go. Sixers are going to head on and lose this game out at the Casillas Center in Miami by a final score of 106-89. Another loss in the books for a team who's now 9 games under 500, and they are now 2-11. Just unbelievable. Butler's the player of the game. 30 points for him. 13 for 13 from the foul line. 10 rebounds as well. 5 assists. This is his first game since November 8th. It was about 10 days ago. Nick Nurse needs to be checked out. Nick Nurse needs to be checked out, man. He is at an all-time low right now. This team has showed you more than 5 times this year that when you have Jared McCain out there and you decide not to go to Kyle Lowry and you decide not to go to Eric Gordon, you look at the plus-minuses, the plus-minus stats, and they're killing your team. And it's weird because the eye test actually shows that, man. I don't understand. No team has ever has started with our record, has even made the playoffs. Well, that's why there's a play-in, KGB. And that's what everybody's forgetting. That's why there's a play-in. Just saying. But, look, I don't know. This team just leaves me speechless right now. Joel Embiid tonight was atrocious. 11 points, 8 rebounds. Ramping up for what? After a great first quarter by Paul George, where he scored 10 points, this man only scores 8 points the rest of the way and goes 1 for 7 from 3. Kyle plays 19 minutes. Eric Gordon plays 14 minutes. And they combine to be a minus 21 in those 33 minutes and go 2 for 11 from the field and 1 for 7 from 3 and only get you 5 points. Pathetic. I don't get it. Gershon comes in. For some reason, he's not playing tonight. I don't understand why. I don't get it. Did they just not have enough? I don't know. I have no idea why it looks this bad. Actually, I'll tell you why. I do know why it looks this bad. It's because the big guy's not ready. $11 points in 31 minutes. When the heck was the last time that he's had an 11-point game? We criticize the man for getting 25 points as being a low. But 11? F. Miami's third quarter stats, they were 5 for 6 from 3. We were 5 for 17. And yet we're settling for all these threes. And yet my big man can't go down low and just be a dominant wrecking force. As soon as Spoelstra threw a zone in that third quarter, we lost the game. We did. We lost the game. They threw a zone at us. We could not solve it. Couldn't solve it. So bizarre. It's disgusting. Nick Nurse needs to be examined. Why? I watched Eric Gordon airball a layup. Then I see him miss a wide open layup on top of that. Gershon misses a wide open layup. There were so many bunnies in this game. And it's almost laughable. No free throws from my big from Embiid. None. I don't know. The only other scoring option, man, has just been Jared McCain. He's just balling out there. He's the best player on the Sixers. He's been the best player for a while. I don't know. Brian wants to know, JJ, are you done with Embiid? I'm annoyed at how everything's been going. I don't know what to believe with Joel Embiid, but I'm not happy with him. I'm also really tired. Thank you, JJ, and all sorry we didn't get to see the W. Have a great night. Yeah. 31 minutes, 11 points. Feeling the flu. Oh, we had the flu. He had the flu. I'm not buying into any of these narratives because while I do believe that something is going out, something is going around, guess what, man? This guy is literally has just not been playing because he hasn't been able to take care of his knee. He hasn't been able to take care of it properly, it seems like. It's been bothering him for months, and yet he played in the Olympics. I don't know, it's just really frustrating. Yep. Roger Ryan, thanks so much for the raid, man. I appreciate it, man. Did he have the flu against the Magic too, says Brian? No. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys for being on here. I'm going to call it a night tonight. I usually don't do this, but I'm so tired from today. Jack, thanks so much for coming on here. I appreciate the Rise and Rhino raid. Thank you all so much. I really do appreciate it. Magic Man's here too. All right. But yeah. Look, I'm not ready to wave the towel. JJ, how are you not ready to wave the towel? How are you not ready to just call it the season? Guys, we're 13 games in. And we're not even with Tyrese Maxey. And yet, we can still make the play-in tournament. I want competitive basketball. I want competitive basketball. I expected to see a team this year that had like the best big three in the NBA, and it's just not working right now. I do expect them to turn it up. I didn't just say, well, now I expect that this season's gonna be like, now I expect them to tank. No, my expectation for them is still to compete. I want to get what I see. I want to get what I deserve. I'm not changing my expectations. Because why should we have to? The expectation should still be to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. You're letting them off the hook if you're waving the white towel. Wow, this season has sucked. The expectations are for them to still do the job, because if they don't do that, then they fail. So, all right, I'm done. Done rambling. Love you all, man. Stoney says thanks, JJ, and sorry, man. Dude, you don't have to worry. This is sports. This is sports, man. But I love you guys. I'll catch you all in the next one. Willie, thank you so much for being here. Rise and Rhino, please drop your link down below, man. And again, I really do appreciate you for coming on here. I don't want you to, hopefully that you don't, I hope you know, like, I'm grateful for that. I'm just really tired right now. All right, I love you all. Catch you all in the next one. Time to go get some sleep. Good night. Lila Tov, too.